Welcome, Mr. Witness.
Thank you.
Mr. Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry to Local Government Councils and related matters, I want to remind you that you are still under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed. Thank you, Madam Chair. Proceed.
Mr. Elhaj, welcome back, and thank you. Lead counsel, you may proceed.
Yes, thank you very much. Mr. Sharbel El-Haj.
Yes.
Now, just to proceed on the issue, you paid $2 million,
Yes, correct.
and you paid it to the bank?
To the bank, the basic bank.
For BCC?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Did you pay any other amount to BCC?
No.
No. Now, you wrote a letter for the property to be allocated, transferred to MK stores.
Right.
Why?
After the initial deal didn't go through.
Correct. Please just proceed.
I was approached. This is yours. Sorry.
Yes. In fact, that's what I'm looking for. All the ethics.
I was told that MK stores were interested in a property alongside Banjul or Bond Road.
You were told?
Yes.
By
intermediary.
By
another lawyer. Some lawyer.
Another lawyer told you MK stores were interested?
Yes, sir.
Which lawyer is that?
Mr. Tambini.
Which of the Tambinos? The two Tambinos?
The senior Tambini, Sheriff Tambini.
Sheriff Tambini.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Proceed. Please proceed.
Yes, that's how I contacted Mr. Nandu of MK Stores and started the process with him.
Okay. Now you contacted Mr. Nandu?
Yes, sir.
And you started the process?
Yes, sir.
But by this time, how long did it take for your partners to reject the land? Was it up to 3 months?
On the spot, when they visited the land behind National Assembly, they just said they didn't want it.
When they
inspected the land behind National Assembly, the initial one,
yes,
they rejected.
They rejected it. Now, what is the timeline between the period you paid for the land and the time your partners rejected it? Was it up to 3 months?
It's in the documents between when I paid and when I wrote to BCC to advise them that they should enter into negotiation or sign with MK Stores. That's the period, sir.
That is the period. Oh, I don't understand. How long did it take after you paid for the land? How long did it take you to take your partners there?
Oh, it took me, I don't know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks by the time they came from Nigeria.
3 weeks, 4 weeks?
Yeah.
Not more than that?
No, I don't recall that.
Not more than that. And so, Nandu, how much did you sell the land to Nandu?
I beg your pardon?
How much did you transfer the land to Nandu?
How much?
What was the arrangement with Nandu?
$15 million.
Why $15 million?
I try to do my best. It's business, sir.
What do you mean it is business?
I beg your pardon?
What do you mean it is business?
He was interested in the land, and I asked for more with the agent, and we agreed on $15 million.
$15 million?
Yes, sir.
How much did you pay? How much did he pay?
I don't know. I think he paid so far about 12 and a half. I don't know. I'm trying to still to reconcile with the receipts I have.
Where are the receipts?
It's not completed yet.
How much did you receive entirely? Do you know?
I just told you, I think around 12 and a half, I think. I was still working with that, with your investigative team.
This land was not even transferred to you yet.
No.
How did you sell a land that was not transferred to you yet?
I did not sell. I told when I agreed with Nandu,
Right?
I asked the CEO of BCC that if they could enter into an agreement with MK Stores.
Right.
They told me yes, I have to write to them officially
Right.
because I had paid $2 million to the bank.
It was when you wrote to say in the exhibit LGCC slash BCC slash KE 001 that followed to our meeting, we write to inform you, your good office, to issue the list of the land allocated to us by letter date 30th of April 2019. To MK Stores of ECOWAS Avenue, Banjul. Right? So you had a meeting with BCC.
I had a meeting with MK Stores, then I had a meeting with BCC.
Who was present when you had a meeting with BCC?
I was with the CEO. I don't recall who else was there.
And did you disclose to them you were selling the land for 15 million?
No,
Why?
I don't think it's of their concern.
Why? They are to transfer the land to none,
Yes,
to MK Stores.
and they will get the.
And you think they should not know what the arrangement is? They never had an agreement with MK Stores. Why should they transfer the land to MK Stores when they never had an agreement with MK Stores?
Because I had asked that if I could get my 2 million back, and then I told them there's an option of negotiating with MK Stores, and they were willing.
You ask them if you can get your 2 million back. That is not true.
I had my 2 million there.
That is not true.
So
You never asked them. Of course, Mr. Sherman, I will tell you it's not true. You never asked them to get your 2 million back.
when I met with them, that the initial.
No, I'm telling you, you never asked them that you want your 2 million back.
Mr. Counsel, I did ask them that I wanted to my 2 million back, or if I can negotiate with a potential somebody else, another part.
That is not true.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you again. Did you ask the CEO whether you can have your 2 million back?
Yes, my refund.
What did they say?
I told you I gave them an option. If I could ask for my 2 million back, or if I am negotiating with another party, if they could transfer the lease or enter into a lease agreement with MK Store.
Which did they prefer?
Which did they
prefer?
They preferred to enter into an agreement with MK Stores.
Why?
Because they still have the 2 million, and they will get from MK Stores lease payment for the future 20 years.
How?
That's what the agreement says with MK Stores.
How much for the future 20 years? How much?
I beg your pardon?
How much for the future 20 years?
I don't know what was their term with MK Stores. You have the agreement, sir.
The agreement is here.
There's an annual.
Please call me Mr. Bachili outside. The agreement is here. They paid you 15 million. You think they're going to pay again more money to BCC?
Mr. Counsel, they lease with BCC. They have to pay annual charges to BCC.
How much?
Annual rent is in the agreement.
How much?
Let me.
How much?
It's here, Article 4.
Yes.
After a period of 3 years, the lessee shall pay an annual rent of $5,000.
How much $5,000?
I beg your pardon?
After the first how many years?
After a period of 3 years.
After 3 years?
Yes.
Which document are you reading from? Which list is this? The date?
The agreement serial number 185/2019.
That's the land for which place?
Sorry?
The land for which place? Which of there are two lists here.
Oh, sorry, this was the one for the first one. The
National Assembly.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah. The other agreement, I don't have it, sir.
Well, I have the other agreement. It is still there. it says on Article 4 that the lease agrees to pay the lessor and the lessor agrees to accept it during the term thereof the sum of $2 million. Did MK Stores pay? Did MK Stores pay BCC $2 million?
It was taken out of our account with him, with them.
It was taken out of.
When we did the accounting between MK Stores and myself, we took out the 2 million.
Let's have Mr. Bachelet. That we have the witness to be reminded. Yes.
William, please remind the witness that he's.
Very. CEO, you are still reminded that you are on the oath. Tell me.
Mr. Bachelet, I'm sure you know Mr. Charbel Hash.
Yes.
I have documents that I will show you. We will seek to have it admitted to evidence and marked as like exhibits. The first is an agreement, a lease serial number 185 2019 MD. The second is 192 2021 MD. Between BCC and MK Stores Limited. Please go through those documents and tell us whether you recognize those documents. Do you recognize those documents?
Yes.
We apply to tender the aforementioned documents into it to evidence and mark as exhibits.
Thank you.
A lease agreement dated the 25th of June 2019 with serial number 185/2019 MD between Bandung City Council de Lesso and MK Stores de Lessee. The second lease agreement is dated the 8th of January 2021 and it bears serial registration number 192/2021 MD, and this is also between Bandung City Council de Lesso and MK Stores Limited de Lessee. Both documents were signed by and on behalf for Bandung City Council. There's a signature and a stamp. The stamp is not clear. And for MK Stores, there is a signature, but there is no name. But it was signed in the presence of Jamila Tujalo, Bundu Kakunda. That is the one dated 25th of June 2019. For the one dated the 8th of January 2021, it is signed by BCC, but the persons who signed this lease, the name is not contained in the lease, but it was signed in the presence of the Director of Planning and Development. And for MK Stores, it was in the presence of G. Manjangta of 15 Echoes Avenue. These two documents are admitted in evidence as exhibit, and they are marked as LBC/BCC/NB/009.
That's Commission President. Mr. Elhaj, were you at any point assigned any piece or parcel of land by PCC apart from this? At any point in time?
No, sir.
You've never had any agreement for any.
But even this one, sir, I was not assigned a piece of land because it never went through. And when I asked, I told them it will be go to MK Stores.
You see, this is the issue.
Yes.
How can you profit from a land that was never assigned to you? But we'll get back to that. I mean, have you ever had any form of agreement or arrangement for the purchase of land in any form
with BCC? With BCC?
Yes.
No, sir.
Never. Now, Mr. Bachin.
Yes.
The witness, Mr. Alhaji, purchased a plot of land from you, paid $2 million, correct?
Lease.
Yes, lease land. Now, he said he spoke to the mayor about this first, and the mayor referred him to you. You recall this? Sabachin, do you recall this?
I want to be specific. What did they discuss to the point of him being referred to me?
Mr. Bachili, can you please speak up? I'm not hearing you.
Yeah, I'm kindly questioning if you could explain to me the circumstances which led to the mayor telling him to come to me with regards to what, please.
Okay, let me change the question, Mr. Bachili. How did you meet Mr. Elhaj?
How I met him was after having taken the matter to the council. The mayor brought the interest or the application that he made to the council.
The mayor brought it to you or to council?
No, to council.
To council.
Yes.
And said what?
And explained that, like BY Consulting, that's the name under which he was operating. They were interested in leasing a piece of land behind the National Assembly for a period of 30 years.
Yes.
And I think after having discussed among themselves to come up with the price of $2 million,
So mayor and the witness.
Yes, so the council level, it was approved for the lease to go ahead. So we eventually then did the signing signing process, the lease signing process. But before that happened, we got a letter from his company because after he paid for the 2 million into our coffers, subsequently, he wrote a letter giving EMK stores power of attorney for us to enter into agreement with EMK stores. So if I had known, I would have brought that letter.
We have it. Well.
Yes, so that was the basis on which BCC came in to sign with EMK stores.
It is exhibit 002.
Can I kindly confirm?
Yes.
Yes.
So you understand this to be a power of attorney for the name to be transferred to EMK stores.
EMK stores, yeah.
What do you mean when you say a power of attorney?
Well, to our understanding, it was a way of transferring the responsibility, the signing responsibility, or the agreement in the name of EMK stores instead of BY Consulting.
And who is EMK stores? Did you find out?
EMK stores eventually was Nandu's.
Eventually. But was this known to you? That EMK stores is Nandu before transferring?
Yes, it was known to me.
So why would he, the witness, Mr. El Haj, transfer the police to Nandu? EMK stores, do you know?
Well, I really will not know.
Did you ask?
No.
Why?
We just used the letter as a way of transferring the.
Who instructed you to do that? What council gave instruction is for the agreement between council and the witness, Mr. El Haj.
They were consulting, yeah.
Yes. Now, council did not instruct you to transfer it to EM stores. Why would you do that?
We relied on the letter.
The letter is not a power of attorney. It's a letter.
Yes.
Is one party relinquishing its rights to another party?
Yeah.
Do you know why it's a third party?
Pardon me?
EM stores is a third party.
It's a third party.
So why? Why did council agree to that?
Definitely, the rationale was based on the fact that we received this letter from the individual that paid for the leasing agreement. That was the basis on which like we.
Why? What was the land supposed to be allocated for to Mr. El Haj?
For packaging, so to have a packaging, is it warehouse or something like that?
What kind of packaging?
To do some packaging work.
What kind of packaging work?
It's goods.
What kind of goods?
They were not specified.
They didn't specify.
Goods.
They said household goods. Did they tell you household goods?
No.
They didn't tell you how household goods. No. So what kind of packaging? You don't know.
That was the general term used.
That was general term used.
Term used.
Okay. So if it is to be transferred to EMK stores, what will it be for?
We would not. We did not know then.
Why? It's not important.
No, not that it was not important.
So why would you not know?
Yeah, but definitely we will not go that far.
Because the list says, can I have it? That is also for packaging.
Yes.
For the EMK stores.
Okay.
Understand? it says somewhere in the list that is also for exactly the first, the 185/2019, the first list. If you look at Article 6, the commencement of construction reads, the list shall commence construction of the proposed warehouse and the light meat packaging industry. These are the words of Mr. Sharma. That's what he indicated to you, that's what he said to you as to why, what the purpose of the land would be. The same words were repeated for EMK stores.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, confirm. Yeah.
Come again?
Yeah, I concur.
Does that make sense to you?
Right?
Does it make sense to you? Right?
If it makes sense, you're asking me.
Yes. They're two different companies. They can't have the same reason as to why they want to purchase a land.
That's true. They might have different reasons.
They will have different reasons. They're two different companies altogether.
Yeah.
You understand that?
Yeah.
So Mr. Sherbel said he wants the land because he has partners. Did he disclose that to you people? That partners are going to invest?
No, all what we knew was that,
Answer yes, no, and proceed. Did he say to you that I have partners that want to invest and therefore they want a piece of parcel of land? He said no.
I'm not too sure whether I'm involved.
He said no, Mr. Bacheli. If that was disclosed to you, you will know.
But I just don't have knowledge on
You don't have what?
whether they have partners that they wanted to team up with.
Did you at any point in time know that Mr. El Haj, Sherbel El Haj, has partners that want to procure land for business? Was this disclosed to the council?
For us at the council level, what we
Is there a yes or a no? And you proceed with your explanation.
you say no.
Exactly. Or are you scared of him because he's still with you?
Certainly not.
So then answer the question, my friend.
No, it's just that I want to be honest with my memory because I don't recall that very well.
You have to be. Because what Mr. Sharpel did, in effect, based on our investigation, is to get land from you people for $2 million and made more than $13 million from it. Unlawful, illegal, appears to be conspiracy between council, the mayor. You may be part of it, Mr. Bacheli, or you may not be part of it. There's an opportunity for you to explain. But it's unlawful, it's illegal, it's a crime. The evidence of Mr. Sharpel is that he has partners, he can't prove it. No evidence to prove it. Paid $2 million for a business that never even started. No documentation. No feasibility studies. No pre-agreement. Nothing. At all. You don't have to be smart to know that is dubious practice. You don't have to be smart to know that is suspicious practice, Mr. Bacheli. But at council level, you are supposed to do due diligence, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Did you do that?
Well, for us, if you say due diligence in terms of what we did, is what I just explained. But getting to the issue of the power of attorney was not right. There
is no power of attorney to start with. There's a letter.
Oh, the letter.
There's a letter written to you stating that he wants, for our meeting, we write to inform you, your good office, to issue the lease of the land allocated to us. Did you issue a land to Mr. Shannon?
We leased the land.
Yes. Did you issue the?
No, we did not sign it again.
Okay. It says to issue the lease of the land allocated to us by letter dated 30th of April 2019. We need this letter to AMK stores of ECOWAS Avenue. Kindly process the lease or any other document of title to AMK stores. Did you ask yourself why?
Mr. Bacheli, can you note down the letter that council has asked you to produce? Please refer him to the letter again.
The letter dated the 30th of April 2019.
Council.
Yes, sir.
Is that the letter you have?
No, this letter is making reference to a letter dated the 30th of April 2019.
Mr. Bachile, let me assist you. The reference of that letter is um, the reference number is NO 86 stroke BCC stroke 89.
NO 86
stroke BCC stroke 89.
stroke BCC
Stroke 89.
89.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Bachire,
Yes.
AMK stores purchased the land from Mr. Sharbel El Haj. Were you aware of this?
It was through the investigation team that I was aware.
How is that possible when you had received letters stating to you that you should provide, you should refund the money paid to you from the lawyer of AMK stores? AMK stores even stated that they paid about $18 million or thereabout. So how is it possible that you only know about the payment? You only know about the payment.
I only know the payment that was made by BY Consultant.
By
BY Consultancy.
now,
Consultancy.
we have
That's a $2 million.
that was paid to.
That was paid to council.
So you do not know that the land was sold to
No, it is through my interactions with
Mr.
the,
Bachir. You had no reason to know that the land was sold.
no.
Why would you not know the land was sold?
I did not know the land was sold.
Why would you not know?
I did not know.
You have a third party that is coming in. Why would you not know that the land was sold to the third party?
No, because there was nothing we talked about or dealt in terms of selling. We did a lease with EMK stores.
Okay.
So
Now,
I really certainly
let me show you the following document so that we have it admitted. A letter from the Department of Lands and Surveys addressed to you, 19th of April 2016, with the heading Allocation of Portion of Tanbi Wetland. We have a letter addressed to Main Director EMK Stores Limited from the CEO. We have the Banjul City Council, 30th April 2019, the application for land at Pundung Road, addressed to the CEO and founder Consultant Limited. We have a letter addressed to Aerodrama and Associates, allocation of a portion of land at Pundung Road by the Banjul City Council. The two of you are not supposed to communicate.
Sorry, it was about the letter you were asking.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to communicate unless you are permitted.
I beg your pardon.
We have the letter addressed to the CEO from Aerodrama and Associates, with the heading AMK Stores Limited. This Did you recognize that letter as well?
They both addressed me to my office.
Yes. Well, the last one. Mr. Bachelor, you guys were aware of these transactions. You are aware of the amounts that were paid between the three of you. You recognize all these documents, correct?
No, this particular one I cannot really associate.
Yes, but it's addressed to you.
No, it's not addressed to my office.
Okay, it is addressed to the managing director, uh, C consultant, Mr. Elhaj, is that yours?
Yes, sir.
Just please look at it before we apply to have it admitted. Mr. Bachelor, you are not right. You are right. It's not addressed to your office. That is a letter written by the lawyer of AMK. We apply to tender the following documents, Honorable Chairperson. The first is a letter from, well, all the documents are photocopies. The first is a letter from either Drama and Associates Law Firm, addressed to the manager, C Consulting, Madiba Mall, Preferred Garden, Combo North District. The second is a letter from either the Drama and Associates Law Firm, addressed to the Chief Executive Officer, Manual City Council, Independence Drive, with the Edenry Imake Stores Limited. We have a letter from the Director of Lands and Surveys, Buba Sinai, addressed to the Chief Executive Officer. The date is 19th of April 2016. The heading is allocation of portion of Tandi wetland. We have a letter addressed to the Managing Director, MK Stores Limited, 19th of August 2020. The subject, lease agreement between Banjul City Council and MK Stores Limited, relocation of site. We have Banjul City Council letter addressed to the CEO and founder, Consulting Limited, 30th of April 2019. Mr. Elhaj, is it BY Consulting? Sometimes I see Consulting Limited, sometimes I see C Consulting.
It's C Consulting, sir.
C Consulting.
Yes, sir.
So where we see BY Consulting?
I don't know.
You don't know that. You don't know BY because even Mr. Bacheli confirmed that the 2 million was paid by through BY Consulting. Correct? Did you say BY?
Yes, you were consulting.
B as in boy.
B, boy, wires.
Do you know any business, Mr. El Haj, or individual that trade as BY Consulting?
No, sir. There's a mistake somewhere. I have, I think, the copy of the receipt paid to BC, and I think it was paid by C Consulting. If I can look at the call. Yeah. I don't know anyone. I have no rapport if it exists with BY Consulting.
All right. Thank you.
So I wanted to ask you a question, sir.
Please.
The letter addressed to me from Ms. Drame.
Yes.
Could you tell me the date, please? If you don't mind.
Of course, sir. The date is the 3rd of September 2020. We can also give you a copy after it is admitted.
2020.
Yes.
Okay. Other things.
Please.
Sorry. When I was talking to Mr. Bachili, I think you asked, and Madam Chairperson asked for that letter, I think 30th April 2019.
Right.
I found it in my file.
Okay.
If you want it now for the...
Very well. Let me just have it. Let me apply to have it admitted, and I will check that letter. We have one for 30th of April 2019 from the Banjul City Council addressed to the CEO C Consulting Limited. And the last one is a letter from Banjul City Council addressed to Drame Associates. The date is 18th of November 2020 with the subject relocation of a portion of land at the Pond Road by the Banjul City Council. All this, Honorable Chairperson, to be admitted into evidence and marked as an exhibit. Mr. El Haj, may I please see that document?
I think that's the one you were asking. I don't know. I don't recall the reference that Chairperson gave Mr. Bachili.
Yes, this is the one. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And we equally apply to have the letter dated 30th of April 2019 with the subject application for land at Bond Road, address to the CEO and founder, C Consulting Limited, Bruford Gardens Estate, West Coast Region. It should be admitted into evidence and marked as an exhibit.
The bundle of documents presented by the lead counsel are admitted as follows. A letter dated the 19th of April 2016. The letter is from the Department of Lands and Surveys. It has reference SL stroke 93 stroke 2016 in brackets 5 addressed to the Chief Executive Officer Banjul City Council. It has the subject allocation of portion of Tanbi wetland. The letter is signed by Boba Sanyang, Director of Lands and Surveys, and it is copied to the PS Ministry of Local Government and Lands, Director of Physical Planning and Housing, Principal Surveyor, and a file copy is maintained. Attached to this letter is a sketch plan of the said land. A letter dated the 30th of April 2019. The letter is from Banjul City Council. It is addressed to the CEO founder, Consulting Limited, Roof Gardens Estate, West Coast Region, and it has reference 15/BCC/49. It has the subject application for land at Bond Road. It is signed by the Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Director of Finance, BCC, Director of Planning, BCC, and a file copy is maintained. Attached to this said letter is a sketch plan showing a plot of land situated at Tobacco Road area identified for packaging factory by Sarvel and El Haj, measuring 100 meters by 100 meters. That is 10,000 square meters. A letter dated the 30th of April 2019. It is from the Banjul City Council. It has the subject re-application for land at Bond Road. It is addressed to the CEO, founder, Consulting Limited, Roof Gardens, Estate, West Coast Region. It also has the reference 15/BCC/49. It is signed by the Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Director of Finance, BCC, Director of Planning, BCC, and a file copy is maintained. A letter dated the 19th of August of A letter dated, let me take that again. A letter dated the 19th of August 2020. It has reference 11 stroke BCC stroke 89 stroke volume 2. It is addressed to the Managing Director, MK Stores Limited, Ecowas Avenue. It is from Banjul City Council. It has the subject lease agreement between Banjul City Council and MK Stores relocation site. And attached to this is a sketch plan showing portion of land along Bond Road identified for MK Stores within the city of Banjul, and the area is 15,000 square meters. A letter dated the 3rd of September. The letter is from Ida D and Associates Law Firm. It has reference 3019M stroke 5 stroke IDD, and it is addressed to the manager C Consulting, Madiba Mall, Bruford Garden, Combo North District, West Coast Region. The letter is signed by Ida D Drame and Associates. The letter dated the 18th of November 2020. It is from Banjul City Council. It is addressed to Drame Associates, 13A Marina Parade. It has reference 17 stroke BCC stroke 89 stroke volume 2. It has the subject allocation of a piece of land at the Bond Road by Banjul City Council. It is signed by the CEO, copied to the Lord Mayor, Sarvel E. Alhaj, Director of Planning, BCC, and a file copy is maintained. And the final letter is dated the 29th of September 2022. The letter emanated from either D. Drame and Associates law firm. It has reference 3019 stroke N stroke 13 stroke FKJ. The letter is addressed to the Chief Executive Officer, Banjul City Council, Independence Drive, Banjul, the Gambia. It has the subject MK Stores Limited. It is signed by either the Drama and Associates. These documents are admitted in the bundle as exhibit in evidence and they are marked as LGC/BCC/CE/005.
Ask the commission, please.
Stipulate.
Now, Mr. Bachin,
Yes.
you've had several correspondences from the lawyer of EMK stores because they were struggling to have their correct documentation. Correct?
Yes.
And they wrote to you on several occasions. Correct? Now, where's the other one? Now, the letter dated the 29th of September 2022 addressed to you, the Chief Executive Officer, the Banjul City Council, reads, that we write in regard to the land allocated by your office to our client, situated at Bond Road, Banjul. Despite the payments made for the said land, our instructions are that our client has been unable to use the land for the purpose for which same has been acquired. Our client applied for a development permit from the National Environment Agency, but has been unable to secure the said, yes, full stop. The purpose of purchase of the land by our client was to develop the building on oxygen and iron corrugated factory to create employment for Gambian youth. See, this is even contrary to what is in the list. Correct?
Yeah.
We read what is in the list.
Yeah.
That is why I told you the proposed intention by the first party, that is the witness, Mr. Sharbat Al-Haj, is different from, or might have been very different from what the other party would intend the land to be used for. And the letter clearly states otherwise, that to build an oxygen and iron corrugated factory. That's not what the list says. Where's the, can I have the list, please?
Sergey has taken it for photocopy.
Yes. We'll come back to that, Mr. Bachin. It says, we are in receipt of a letter dated the 5th of day of September 2022 from the National Environment Agency, which states that our client's application for clearance to commence construction was not granted. It further stated that this application came at a time when the agency raised concern of the increase in development activities in the area of Bond Road, which is premised on the potential negative impacts on the area's ecosystem, and more importantly, the flood risk to the city of Banjul, in consideration of the fact that the area serves as a receding ground for storm water during rains. Consequently, the agency wrote to the Ministry of Lands and Regional Administration and Religious Affairs a letter in bracket copy here attached for your reference, and recommended that allocations for development activities in the area to be stopped. Our client had purchased this property based on representation from your office, and they believed that the land was suitable for the purpose for which it was being acquired. Our client has discovered that this is in fact not the case. Our client had been patiently waiting for years for the clearance to begin development of the site, during which period the cost of raw materials building materials, transportation, fuel, and other items have increased significantly. Our client was also not able to develop the property or use the funds invested in the property for other investments and has incurred substantial losses in the process. Our client now seeks a refund of his total investment in the amount of $35 million. My friend, from 2 million, 35 million. For the purchase of the land and all other attendant losses from the time the purchase was made to date and loss of income over the period of date over the period to date. They wrote to you asking for $35 million. What did you make out of this?
What I made out of it is that, first of all, if you would allow me, I want to make a build-up
Yes.
from the.
Mr. Batili,
Very good.
speak up because we are not hearing
Sorry.
what you are saying.
Sorry. Because initially, EMK stores were allocated an area behind the National Assembly.
Yes.
Okay. Now, due to pressure from the National Assembly, a proposal for relocation,
Yes.
which was actually, like partially documented to get him or to get the company another portion of land along Bond Road. I was made to believe that initially EMK stores made a lot of investments in terms of how do they call it? Trying to like put because it's a swampy area.
Right.
It's like trying to
Mr. Sin, Commissioner Sin will have the right word for it.
backfilling. Thank you, sir. Crucial. So it's like, and I learned that backfilling is very costly. So that was my idea. But like I say, for us, our initial transaction,
Did they do the backfilling?
I was told that they did some backfilling.
CEO, you see, the idea of I was told cannot confirm anything.
Yes, sir. But I cannot tell you that I was there to see.
You have been written to asking for 35 million for investment.
You
Go and confirm.
you're asking me what I made of the correspondence
Yes.
from the whatever.
Yes.
Okay, but for me, what I'm saying is, if I'm reacting to the question, I'll have to tell you what actually transpired.
Go ahead.
That if I tell you that I was there to assess the back feeling, honestly, I would not be telling.
No, but it's a genuine question.
No, yes,
The question is seeking to see whether there was any development done in any of the land that was allocated, whether it is one behind the National Assembly, the wetland, or the one at Bond Road.
Now, my concentration.
Be it as it may, it will not be an amount of 33 million dollars.
The reason why I'm saying so is because I personally, as the CEO, who was a signatory to the lease,
Yes.
I had no idea about the amount of money transpiring between them or myself, or there is none.
Ask the mayor. He negotiated the deal. She negotiated the deal for 2 million.
Yeah, we are talking about right now.
Of course.
Now we're making a recap of what happened.
You are doing the recap, not me.
Yeah, okay, I'm doing the recap.
Yes.
I'm getting it through. So the letter that the lawyer wrote, for me, personally, I was thinking that maybe because of the backfilling process might have led the company to incur the amount of.
How much?
No, I'm not.
$33 million.
I'm not listening.
Because 2 million subtracted from the 35 million is 33.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For the purchase of the land, which you are saying, I had no idea about it.
I am saying your judgment that the amount of 35 million would have been because of the backfilling would not make sense. Because you cannot spend 33 million to backfill when you only purchase it for $2 million.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, I'm not telling you what was in my mind.
Okay.
But now, because about the sale, that's what I want to make explicitly clear. They're here. All of them are here. I have no idea about the sale taking place. None.
Did you respond to the letter?
No, I did not respond.
Why?
I, I will not even recall as at this juncture whether I responded to the letter.
But why would you respond to it?
Maybe I have to check it out.
Did you consult the mayor?
On this matter?
Yes.
No, I did not.
But she brokered the deal.
I did not. But one thing I will do, I'll make sure I'll do is I'll go back to records and see if I had responded, but I doubt it.
You see, that's why I said there's a shady business that involved Mr. Sharma, the BCC, and Mr. Nanda. Possible. You understand? Because if you receive this letter indicating that there's a $35 million is to be claimed, and you honestly knew and believed and acted upon the very information that only $2 million is traded hands, then you should have really taken this very serious.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ask where is the $5 million coming from?
I will go back to the records and see whether there was actually a correspondence that emanated from my office to this company to this effect.
That's what I said. All of you.
One thing I want to also reiterate again and again is the fact that if you say BCC, because for us as an institution, the only documentation we had with regards to this company about leasing is the 2 million.
Is it?
Is the $2 million in that business?
That's what surface is. That is what
Yes.
we see trading hands. That's what we know between the first witness, Mr. Sharma, and you people. That's what has been agreed upon by the mayor and Mr. Sharma.
Yes.
Yes. And that's what we will see in the bank account.
But subsequently, I was saying maybe they know more than me, but I don't know.
They cannot and should not know more than you, because in the first place, you turn a blind eye. The area council is not interested in who Mr. EMK Stores was and why they have been transferred the property. They do not. You don't want to know.
No, we were instrumental at that point in helping him to relocate eventually to Bono by
To relocate.
EMK Stores.
He is not the one you agreed with.
By the virtue.
You never agreed with EMK Stores.
We had a lease agreement with EMK Stores.
No. The initial agreement was with Mr. Cash.
Yes, but then we eventually signed the agreement with the EMK Stores.
How did EMK Stores come to the picture?
Based on the letter that we discussed.
Did they pay any amount? Any dollars to anyone?
Who?
EMK Stores.
No, it was BY Consulting that paid us the.
Who is BY Consulting? They say, let's now go by C Consultants. Who is C Consultant?
That's Mr. Sharma.
That's Mr. Sharma. You have an agreement with EFK. So you guys do not have any form of agreement with EFK Stores. You are instructed to transfer the land to EMK Stores.
Yes.
You did not ask why. I'm now saying at the face of it. Of course, you've asked why. Someone somewhere have asked why, knew why, received money somewhere, and therefore transferred. You guys are not stupid. You guys are not out of town. Like in the words of Mr. Sharbel, he is born here. He knows what obtains here. You are also born here, Mr. Bachili. The mayor is born in the Gambia. You guys know what is happening in the country. So, what we see on paper, Mr. Bachili, is not what obtained.
Yeah, but it can. What these parties we are talking about?
Bacheli.
Yeah.
You telling, I just want a clarification. You are telling the commission that you are not aware. You are only aware of the transaction of the 2 million. Right?
Yeah.
Did you have any meeting, resolution in council with respect to this issue?
For the signing of the lease agreement.
Did you have any meeting with the council with respect to this matter?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, we have.
And can you recall what date it was?
I can even provide the minutes.
Yeah?
Yes. I can provide the minutes.
Okay, let me give you reference.
Okay.
You held an emergency meeting on the 30th of April,
Yes.
2019, right?
Yes.
And it was on the same date,
Yes.
same date,
Yes.
30th of April, that the letter admitted in evidence.
Yeah.
You understand? With the reference 86 BCC 89 was also written. Were you at that meeting?
At the General Council meeting?
Yes.
Yes, I was there.
And what was discussed in that meeting? Is it contained in the resolution?
Yes.
Please provide the resolution.
Yeah, I'll.
Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Mr. Did you write that?
Yeah, I have it here.
Mr. Bachelor.
Yes.
Of April.
Mr. Bachelor,
Yes.
why was the letter from Rame and associates not responded to?
Yeah, I promise you that I have to go back to records and see whether I actually responded to the letter. But I don't want to preempt and say.
You consult the mayor?
Did I consult it?
The mayor?
No, I didn't.
Any reason?
I just did not consult.
But any reason?
Nothing.
There was no reason.
There was no reason, but I just did not consult.
Are you surprised that that Mr. Sharwell sold the land to Nandu?
First, I really thought that was not in line because he did not.
Were you surprised that Mr. Sharwell sold the land to Nandu?
Yes.
Why were you surprised?
Because that should not be.
What?
That should not be. No.
Good. Now, why are you not suspicious of that?
Why am I not suspicious of the fact that the land
When you were transferring it to Nandu, why did you not think that it was being sold to Nandu?
right? What I can say here is that what we have with Nando, what we signed with Nando, is a lease agreement. And a lease
Did you receive a fallacy from that?
beg your pardon?
Did you receive a fallacy from Nandu?
Half a dollar, I haven't.
Not you personally. Did you, the council, receive a fallacy by way of consideration from Mr. Nandu?
Can you please, because I'm not understanding.
Did Mr. Nandu or EMK stores pay any amount for you to transfer the land to?
For the transfer from consulting to
Yes.
to EMK,
Right.
not that I'm aware of.
Why? Did you ask?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Do you know that Mr. Nandu and Mr. Sharbel are two different entities altogether? They are businesses.
Yes, I have taken note of your queries regarding the letter we showed.
Do you know that they don't have any form of partnership?
Between the two of them?
Yes.
At that junction?
Yes.
Well, I would suggest, I would think that they do have something. They have partnership agreement between them.
Where is the agreement?
I said, you're asking me what
Yes.
was in my mind?
Yes.
I've said it could have been that, they have working relationship.
That's what you thought.
Yes.
Did you ask?
No, I did not ask.
Why?
I did not just ask.
Because you didn't think ask in that manner.
Well,
You did not. No, you knew fully well that they are not partners. If they were partners, there would not have been any need for a transfer.
But Lakers would be very difficult for me to know whether actual partnership.
Yes, because you are trying to answer a question that you do not know what the follow-up question would be. If they were partners, there would not have been a need for a transfer. So in your mind, you knew fully well these are two different people altogether. Their businesses are different. Mr. El Haj, is that correct?
Yeah, there are different businesses.
Mr. El Haj, is that correct? You and Nando, you are not partners.
We're not partners. We're just we are business people and we deal to each other.
That's it. And you should know. That's simple to know, Mr. Bachelor. When he wrote the letter for a transfer, you should have asked why. Because you never had an agreement with AMK stores. The area should have asked why. Did you sell the land?
That we did not ask, to be honest.
You should have.
We did not ask.
But you knew.
They were not business partners.
You knew. You knew that money has traded hands. This you knew.
Which money, sir, are you referring to?
Between
The
Mr.
sale, the sale of the land, the sale of the land.
Yes.
Yeah. They can attest to the fact that we as a council, well, my my office,
Yes.
I had no clue about the fact that there was a sale. There,
You what?
I can attest to the fact that
Yes.
they can also attest to the fact that there was nothing, like to that effect. I did not have any clue that a sale took place.
Let me read to you what Mr. Nando stated in his statement, just for you to know.
Okay.
That was on the 28th of November 2024. That I am aware that my company MK Stores had a sale agreement dated the 14th of May 2019 with Sharbel. So Sharbel, do you have a sale agreement with them?
I should have, yes.
Can you please produce that sale agreement?
Exactly what I have.
We apply to tender the sale agreement dated 14th of May 2020, 2019 between C Consulting of Madiba Mall, Bruford Gardens, of the one part, and EMK Stores Limited of Ecowas Avenue. The agreement is signed by Mustafa, stamped by C Consulting Limited, with its staff, and in the presence of Mustafa Jamil, and also for EMK Stores by Mustafa, by the proprietor, in the presence of Mustafa Jamil. To be admitted in evidence and marked as an exhibit.
An agreement dated the 14th of May 2019 is signed by C Consulting Limited in the presence of Mustafa Jame, and MK Stores Limited in the presence of Mustafa Jami. This agreement is admitted in evidence as an exhibit and it is marked as LDC/BCC/CE/006. Yes, Council. Yes.
Thought you were not ready. Now, Mr. Bachir, it's an agreement between C Consulting and EMK Stores Limited for the purchase of the land. The agreement states that the vendor has agreed with the purchaser to assign the land by way of sale to the purchaser for the sum of 15 million and subject to the conditions as stated there. Do you understand?
Yes.
And there were other terms as well in relation to this $50 million. That the purchaser shall pay a further sum of $5 million on the grant of a lease of the land by the council. So if you issue a lease, they will pay another $5 million. And the balance of $5 million shall be paid by the purchaser within 7 days. Let me read the entire thing. It says the vendor will sell and the purchaser will buy all the located lands in Banjo, the Gambia, and contain an area of 10,000 square meters or thereabout, together with all rights, easements, and appurtenances thereto belonging thereafter referred to as the land for the sum of $15 million, which shall be paid in the manner herein appearing. First, $5 million as deposit to the vendor on the execution of this agreement. C, the purchaser shall pay a further sum of $5 million on the grant of a lease. That D, the balance of $5 million should be paid by the purchaser within 7 days of the vendor executing the date of assignment of the land to the purchaser. So there is an agreement for $15 million. You want to have a look?
Well, fine, what you said.
Okay.
But I want to ask a question.
You want to ask a question?
Yes. Will you allow me?
Go ahead.
Okay. You have read the agreement between the two parties.
Yes.
Because what you are saying is not going to be picked up. All right, we may rise.
Thank you.
Thank you.